Hello, good afternoon and welcome to my channel, Paul Cherry Trains. Now you'll be wondering why we're walking on a pier at Burnham on Sea in Somerset, and this actually has quite a lot to do with railways. In fact, there used to be a railway running into Burnham on Sea, the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. The Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway, actually it was an amalgamation of the Somerset Central Railway, and then they joined onto the Dorset Central Railway at Cole, and that gave them a route right the way through to the sea. And so we're looking now up towards where the railway station actually is, and we'll be up there quite soon now. Now, if those of you who can remember the documentary which appeared on television many years ago, you can still get on video now, called Branch Line Railway. So John Betjeman actually takes a journey along the Somerset and Dorset towards Burnham on Sea, and he ends up on the actual beach here, and he actually describes his resort as having air like wine. Now we'll be looking along now across along the seafront here now, what the actual seafront looks like. And that's looking towards across towards Wales, and that's what would used to happen. Steamers used to come across from Wales and actually land at this pier here, and that's where it would actually then you would meet the train at Burnham on Sea railway station, and then people can actually then take a journey if they wished all the way down into Poole in Dorset. Okay, so we'll stop things now, and then we'll be looking at some other signs of there being a railway at the at Burnham on Sea. Okay, so we'll just stop the video now, and we'll just continue just when we get up onto the actual promenade itself. Now we are now actually looking at what I guess is a replica of the Burnham on Sea signal box. Okay, there we are, signal box, and this is where the railway station would have actually been. And the road here is where I'm guessing the railway actually was. Okay, so, and in fact we get here now, and there's a very informative plaque here about Burnham on Sea railway heritage. So if you want to freeze frame and have a look at that, that gives you a good idea about there. And in fact there is a view of the station as it actually used to be. There it is at Burnham on Sea railway station. And then there's a sign for Burnham on Sea railway station. In fact, it was always near the lifeboat station, Burnham on Sea railway station. And in fact, I believe that the actual lifeboats were originally launched from the actual jetty, which you saw earlier. Okay, so we'll have another little look at the signal box now. And there is a blue plaque there, which we'll have a little look at. I've just noticed it. Ah, there we are. It actually says. There we are. This replica signal box was erected in 2018 on the site of the excursion platform of Burnham on Sea Station, the western terminus of the Somerset and Dorset line. That's the Burnham on Sea Railway Heritage Group. Okay, so that's what the plaque actually says. We'll see if we can get a little bit closer to the plaque. So a little flight of steps leading up to it. There we are. So now we'll be moving on to another area now, which you can actually see evidence of there being a railway station at Burnham on Sea. Now if you can imagine, this railway station actually closed to regular traffic in 1951, but it was actually used for excursions and for goods right up to its closure, which I believe it would have been in 1965. They closed this actually section of the line, and then the rest of the Burnham on Sea railway, in fact the Somerset and Dorset, the rest of the system was actually closed in March of 1966. So we'll just we'll be moving on to another location in just a few moments. And what further evidence would you need of the existence of the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway? In fact, there is a pub there called the Somerset and Dorset, and there's actual signs on the pub actually there commemorating Burnham-on-Sea's railway heritage. Okay, so now you imagine once the Somerset and Dorset was completed, in fact we're looking towards Highbridge, it would cross the main railway line at Highbridge. So that would have been the Great Western Railway line. They would have gone all the way down to Evercreech Junction, and from there it would have gone on either to the south coast in Dorset, or you would be able to have taken a train into Bath. In fact, the actual railway was extended into Bath as a kind of a big attempt to actually stimulate trade. Now we've just been moving away from here now. We might have a little look at the seafront and a few other areas around Burnham-on-Sea that might be of interest to you. So we're now looking across from the promenade out to sea and towards Wales. You can see in the distance Steeple Island. You can just see that now in the distance, and we're walking on down towards the to Burnham-on-Sea Pier. Now the pier itself is one of the shortest, in fact probably the shortest pier in England. Okay, so sorry about the movement of the camera. I'm kind of weaving it in and out of people as I go, so please excuse that. This is what the actual seafront looks like. And then I think we've got another island over the other side beyond there called Flatsholme. And that would be where that's on basically the Welsh side of the Bristol Channel. And Burnham-on-Sea does actually offer the usual variety of amusements, ice cream parlours. There's a high street just a little bit inland as well, just behind this actually. So there's quite a lot close to hand. In fact, it was actually said that Burnham-on-Sea didn't grow to the size of Weston-super-Mare because the railway didn't come here. In fact, the person who made that documentary at the time, no, it wasn't Sir John Betcham, it was a series called Not the M5, if I remember rightly, and he actually bemoaned the fact the railway didn't come to Burnham-on-Sea. Well, it did. As you can see behind, earlier in the video, the actual railway did actually come here. Oh, that's our little local resident there we're looking at. Now what you can see here is a view looking across towards the Exmoor coast, and then just in view there, you won't be able to see it very well I don't think because we're not zoomed in enough, but across there is where the new Hinkley power station is going to be built, a nuclear power station, which should bring a lot of jobs to the local area. Now my camera's going out of focus, it's gone back in again, that's okay. So that's a view which you can see towards the Exmoor coast. And just in front of us now is Burnham-on-Sea Pier. It appears to have been damaged in some way, so somebody might be able to enlighten me as to what took place there. You can see it's right on the beach there. Very, very short pier. It appears to be closed at the moment. And it should actually read Burnham Pier, not Ham Pier. There's like the burn bits missing. Oh no, it appears to be open, I'm mistaken. That's looking inland towards the High Street. Well, the High Street kind of crosses it and is immediately opposite us down here. That's looking away from the sea there. And there we are, Burnham Pier. It is open. Now, I hope you enjoyed our little trip to Burnham-on-Sea today. A little short video. Excuse any of the wobbliness in the videos. I walked along the seafront there. You can see kind of a 360-degree view of where we are now. And we're stood very much in the kind of spot where Sir John Betjeman would have been on his making of the documentary A Branch Line Railway, where he travelled from Evercreech Junction to Burnham-on-Sea. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I thank you very much for your interest, and thank you very much, and goodbye.